All right, so I think we are live now. So guys, once again, welcome everyone to our regular format of VC pitching sessions by InnMind. And today we are focusing on DeFi and infrastructure startups within the Web3 industry. And as always, before moving to the most interesting part of today, the startup pitches, I would like to give a word to our VCs who are here today with us, just to give a brief introduction on your investment focus and criteria and what's your current, let's say, investment appetite. So I would say maybe ladies first. Ruth, if you can give a brief introduction on Outlier Ventures, that would be amazing.
Yes, happy to. So yes, Outlier Ventures, we are a Web3 startup accelerator and one of the most active investors in the space at the moment. So definitely looking at a lot of teams. We invest in teams across a range of Web3 verticals and run kind of specific programs with partners such as Filecoin, Polygon, New Water, and also large brands like Farfetch. So looking forward to seeing the teams today.
Thank you so much, Ruth. Yeah, glad to have you with us. Amazing. Then moving to Prathamesh from Asva Ventures, just for a brief introduction as well.
Hey, hi. Hello, everyone. Nice to be here. Like Asva Ventures is currently focusing on mainly infrastructure projects. We are happy to explore all the projects from all the sectors and niche, but happy to explore infrastructure layer 1 and layer 2 projects. And regarding our ticket size, we are happy to invest somewhere between 50K to 200K. And yeah, if it's a good project, we can definitely think beyond that too. But that is our ticket size. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Yeah, hopefully you'll find your next portfolio startups from today. Thank you. Amazing. Moving on, wanted to pass a mic to Catherine from Gatelabs.
Hi guys, nice to meet you and very glad to be here to maybe find some quality ones. And this is Catherine, the BD manager and also the investment manager for Gatelabs. We mainly focus on recently is about some DeFi project and GameFi and also some AI relative projects and also some infrastructure. So we're glad to be here, can find some more quality one and to seek the cooperation with them. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Catherine. Yeah, glad to have you with us. Amazing. Moving on. So wanted to give a word to Lloyd from FunFair Ventures, also for a brief introduction.
Not on mute. Yeah, thanks for having us on. So FunFair Ventures is probably fairly new. We're private ventures business, so we don't have external money, we don't take LPs, but we have been going for about a year. We've done 20 investments in our first year, varying sizes. We don't have a specific thesis. We don't focus on DeFi or GameFi or anything like that. We have pretty broad things that we invest across, but our main thesis is that it should be Web3. So yeah, we've done a range of investments across both equity and tokens. Yeah, and looking forward to seeing what comes out of this. Prior to running the ventures business, we were running a decentralized gaming business for 4 or 5 years, including a token economy. So we have a lot of experience in running a blockchain business back to front and token economies on the other side of as being founders as well. So we like to hope that we can bring something else to the table apart from just capital. But yeah, that's us.
Thank you so much, Lloyd. Sounds amazing. Yeah, thank you for being with us today. Perfect. Moving on. So wanted to pass the mic to Sagar from Blockchain Founders Capital.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the invitation. I think I can see the similar face. Lloyd is also quite an acquaintance. Myself, Sagar, I'm based in Munich. After doing close to 30 startup investment with our own money as an angel in last couple of years in Web3 ecosystem, we started our own fund, Blockchain Founders Capital, last year, and we are counting the 8 deals in our portfolio, and our focus is blockchain use case driven startups. So we don't actively invest in tokens or cryptos, but we invest in startups which using the real life problems by using the blockchain tech. So any startup using blockchain as an underlying tech basket, that's our sweet spot. Average ticket size is 250,000 euro, but we can go up to 500,000. Fund size is 15 million euro. So basically, we are aiming to invest in 30 to 35 startups in next 2 years. So if you are building in these verticals, happy to talk afterwards also. But looking forward to the demo day. Yeah. Thank you,
Sagar. Yeah, thanks a lot. Amazing. Do we have someone from Alphabet today? Let me check. Okay, maybe they're joining later. Then Brink, Belinda from Brink, she will also be joining us a bit later today. But I guess Abdul, let me know if we have anyone else in the room whom I should introduce.
I think we can go ahead right now, and later when others join, we can introduce them.
Okay, perfect. Amazing. Then, yeah, I'm excited to get started. And let's start our pitches then. So I wanted to pass the mic first to James Davis, representing Veax, a startup from UK. So James, you can start sharing your screen. Yeah, and go ahead with the pitch.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time today. I'll start my stopwatch in front of me so I don't run over too much. So I want to talk to you about DEX that we're building on the Near blockchain at the moment. What we are really trying to do is trying to bring derivatives in a TradFi sense onto chain and trying to create that environment. So I'm going to step you through some of this. So here are some of the issues that we think we're seeing across the marketplace. There's been a lot of attempt to bring derivatives into DeFi across the different market spaces at the moment, but they look more like gamified sites at the moment with perps on them than anything that would qualify as proper derivatives trading. For derivatives to take the next step in scale on chain, and for the whole of the ecosystem in crypto to really allow a variety of money to come and invest in projects, it needs these risk management tools to be there. They need to be on a chain that's super stable, that has the right security on it, that has all the right mechanisms to be able to support it. But beyond that, it doesn't necessarily make a huge amount of difference. So we think we can do a lot of this, and I'm not going to try and read these things to you. Derivatives is huge. This is just absolutely the #1 biggest market in the world. You've got FX and derivatives sat at about the same size, and we're focused on how do we do a good job of that from a crypto perspective. Why do we think DeFi and not centralized exchanges? Because there are two ways of controlling risk. Either you're regulated, and if you're regulated, then you know that there's a whole group of people inspecting it if you're in a grown-up area, or you're transparent. And if all the risk is on chain and everyone can see where it is, and they can see what the levels of exposure are, and they can do their own calculations, they can understand how much of the market is committed and where the risks are likely to be in that, and they can understand the risks that they're going to take. And we think that's better than having a centralized entity running these things away from the markets at the moment. And all of these, some of these are big names, but they're all having issues with this at the moment. So we're going to bring real on-chain futures and options. My background is 25 years trading options and building clearing and settlement systems. So what do I mean by real? I mean portfolio risk. I mean calculating total exposure, using historical VAR to look at that, and making sure that collateral is posted on chain for anything that needs to be margined, and that there is a good headspace there, which means that as a counterparty, I know that there's a high chance that I'm going to be able to run those trades all the way through and get them executed. So this is a proper portfolio. If anyone is familiar with the options world, this is sort of loosely based on Prisma from Eurex Clearing. That's the sort of route we're going. So this is proper wholesale stuff. We're talking to some of the biggest options market makers in the world. And I'm going to run through some of our investors and stuff in a moment that we've already had in the previous rounds. But this will enable that to come on chain in the right way. Full sets of portfolio risk, everything that we can be conducted on chain, and basically some static lookups and things like VAR. So we'll do the historical lookbacks, crunch them up and publish them through an oracle, but clearly people will be able to check those. They're not being used in real time. They don't change in real time, and see that they're a trusted source, and those get published by the DAO. core tools. We also have a ton of AMM tools because you've got to be able to do all of your own market making. So our AMM is just about there. It's going to go live in the next few weeks on NEAR. And this has got nice little features that take it further than Uniswap V3, like variable fees at the point of commitment. We've got a portfolio liquidity management system coming later this year, or maybe early the year after, depending on derivatives, which looks more like a pension investment system for managing your portfolio for you, which deals with some of these issues we've seen on DEXs, where it's actually become quite expensive to maintain your risk. Skip past NEAR, and I'm going to skip past some of that, and I'm just going to touch on who we are, and I'm going to touch on the founder of the group that's put this together is Larsai Christiansen, who founded Saxo Bank. I've spent years at Cantor Fitzgerald and at Trayport, which is now part of ICE. Marie was CMO at Gates, so that helps. Ivan was one of the original people contributing to the Rust compiler, built Bitfury, the Exonum blockchain at Bitfury. And Matthias has just been around this market for a long time. And we're a big team because we funded this ourselves, skipping over a whole bunch of these tokenomics and things that are all available. Our initial seed round included Circle, it included Sinar Mass, it included Skynet Capital. We've already got a good amount to go. We're about to go live. And that's a very short 5-minute summary of where we are. So I think that throws it back to questions.
Thank you, James. Like perfectly on time. Really appreciate it. Any questions? Lloyd, please go ahead.
Well, I was just on the raise now. What are you raising it now? You say your seed round is closed. You've moved to public sale.
So we're happy to break this down. There seems to be demand in that marketplace. We've had an enormous amount of testnet transaction volume, and we've got a couple of launch pads going for it. But it would sensibly be easy to break up this public sale piece into 2 pieces. So we are looking to raise further 2 million to push into the derivatives build out. Principally, that's going to be spent on collateralization and then market maker incentives for the options build out.
Okay. What's the and when you say break that out, you're breaking that out at the same token price. What's the fully diluted value?
The fully diluted value of that is 20 million. So we
on the $2 price point, is that right?
On the $2 price point, yeah.
Okay, and you would split that out, that public sale out at that $2 price point?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Something that we're really, really keen on is we think far too many people are going to massively overprice themselves. We've got a relatively small portion that we hold back for the team. We make it by long tail odds on really driving it up in value, and we put the money into it ourselves to get it to that point. So we're not trying to ask for 50 or 60, and we're building a full margin platform.
Gotcha. Okay, and just a bit on your sort of go-to-market and your customer base that you're focused on, right? So you're using NEAR, high levels of usability, etc. Like, what is your target market initially? In this case, I'm assuming it's retail, and if it's retail, like what kind of retail customers are you after?
So initially retail, but then we see trying to move that more towards the wholesale markets. We see that there's lots and lots of demand out there at the moment for leverage and derivatives. If you look at GMX and DYDX, but there's not a lot of sensitivity to risk. So we expect to see another range of turnover in these projects as if we see a vol decrease and a sort of directional market up, we think that will cause issues for some of the models, say like GMX. The DYDX, the second player in the market, their margin is not sensitive to volatility, so it can be too high quite often and then too low. So we think people want a proper margin tool that is sensitive, and you can't trade options unless you're starting to get some offset of margin across them. So we think there's tons of appetite out there, and looking at across Arbitrum, Optimism, looking across all the different markets that people trade derivatives into it, they seem to be less sensitive to the wallet and more sensitive to the amount of liquidity on the platform. And the major liquidity providers are mostly sensitive to security.
And are you setting this up as a DAO?
100%.
Yeah, okay.
Out of Switzerland. It's all set up out of Switzerland, running it in the light in Switzerland as a DAO.
Okay, got it. Cool. Thank you.
James, great presentation. And by the way, the names were quite good, FTX and a couple others in the slides. But my question is like, what is the monopoly here? What you guys are trying to build something else than the others trying, and why only Near? Is there any plan in future to go multi-chain?
So we've been looking at that. We think the tokenomics start to get really complicated to take it multi-chain within the one platform. Although, how do you pass the rewards around between these different ecosystems that have different areas? So what we would probably look to do is take this and replicate it and offer a sweetheart deal to people who've come in if we want to go multi-chain further down the line. We did one point try to look quite deeply into a plan to go multi-chain, but it just doesn't seem practical with the governance and tokenomics around a single view. The key offering, the key differentiator is there's a lot of people talking about derivatives, but if you start to look at, say, Lyra or Vega or any of these platforms that are out there on the option side, they require full margin against any individual option, or they offer a really limited market set, such as covered calls. We want people to be able to trade a full range of options, then hedge out the delta, and therefore only have to put the collateral up for the market sensitivity, rather than put the collateral up for each individual thing and have some complicated summation of it. So just to run like traditional markets run, but on chain. It's hard work to get to that place, but we think that that will then give us significantly better leverage characteristics than anyone else, and therefore that should become extremely attractive to trade.
All right. Are you guys are the first one to launch this DEX on the Near, and how hard would it be for other guys to copy paste it?
So we think we're the first one to launch a proper portfolio risk options DEX anywhere on any chain. We are the first concentrated liquidity AMM with the full set of characteristics, just the basic stuff on there. There are a few projects on there and they've done moderately well and they've been put together by the foundation. But we don't think it's going to take an awful lot to take over some of that space. But there's a lot of projects on there. There's a ton of small projects. There's just not a lot of DeFi. So we think it's a good place to own and build from. It also doesn't go down. We don't have any uptime issues. And that's really, really critical to us from the perspective of being able to shift around variation margin on bridged in assets.
Amazing. Any other questions?
I've got to say Outlier's already in, so they probably don't have to answer anything.
Well, I suppose just you said you've funded it yourself. I'm conscious of the fact that we are streaming live, but like how much
Millions gone into
runway? How much runway do you have as it stands, and how much runway will you have following the raise? And where does that get you from a product point of view?
Feb March next year, but then back end of next year, without too much effort on the end of that runway, dependent on the pace at which we push it out to incentivize liquidity providers on the options. Okay. The backer is Lars Seier Christensen, the founder of Saxo Bank. He's part of our team. He's the guy who put the business together.
Okay.
And he's fairly well known.
And where is the team based?
So a few of the management are in London and Barcelona and sort of around that area, but the vast majority of the development team are in Kyiv.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Perfect. Any other questions?
Great.
Okay, I guess not for now. So yeah, James, I mean, thank you so much. That was an amazing pitch and a great start of the session. So really appreciate it. The rest will come in private, I'm sure.
Excellent. Feel free to look me up on LinkedIn or approach me via however this is normally done. Very happy to take any individual questions and try and be as open as I can. Thank you so much.
Thank you, James. Okay, perfect. So before actually moving on, I see that Jay from Alphabit just joined us. So Jay, welcome. And if you'd like to have to tell us just a brief introduction, that would be amazing.
Yeah, no worries. Hi guys, sorry we're slightly late. I got caught up doing other stuff. I'll check out the first pitch straight after watching the video over again. But so my name's Jay and I'm one of the analysts at Alphabit Fund. We're a crypto asset fund that's been in the space since late 2017. we're quite sector agnostic, chain agnostic. We're interested in investing in anything really. We often like to get in quite early on projects, so often the seed or the private round. But obviously, we are pretty open. And I think that's just a quick intro, really. I don't want to take too long, but yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Always a pleasure to have you with us. Perfect. So moving on, I wanted to pass the mic to our next founder, Arun Prakash, representing Buk Technologies, a startup from US.
Hi, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, all perfect.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, InnMind, for this opportunity. And thank you, everyone, for being part of this discussion. What we're building is a tokenized hotel room booking platform, which basically means every time you make a hotel room booking, we tokenize it and issue an NFT, which represents that specific booking. The usual user flow, in case you're not able to travel, is that you end up paying a cancellation fees. You wait for refunds to arrive for about 2 to 6 days or so. In our case, because the room booking has actually been tokenized in form of an NFT, that can actually be resold in an open marketplace, right? So think of it as Expedia and OpenSea merged onto the other, where the Expedia side of the application provides a booking journey and the user traveler journey experience with check-in date, check-out date, city, etc. Whereas the OpenSea side of application provides the tradable digital collectible experience where you could actually trade, sell, resell, speculate on hotel room bookings. That's largely what we're building. Now, from a profile perspective, I've been working with consumer businesses for the last 1.5 decades or so. Been focused multiple Fortune 50 companies that I've worked with. Been in blockchain since 2017 and in the Web3 full-fledged for the last 2 years or so. Nikhil is a co-founder. He's ex-KPMG, and we've known each other for the last 20 years or so. So he brings in enterprise technology, enterprise architecture, and travel technology expertise, while I bring in consumer tech, consumer businesses, and blockchain solution experiences. Whom we're building this application for is typically a crypto traveler, digital nomad between the age of 25 to 35, the Gen Z segment. This is the segment which spends maximum wallet share towards travel compared to any previous generation that has ever existed. And the way that they look at how travel is planned is very different than compared to previous generations in terms of the choice of flexibility and freedom that they look for when they're planning for some of these travels. And travel being travel, which has not evolved for the last 20 years in the way that it operates, it is not attuned for flexibility to be accommodated, right? And it usually penalizes this specific segment for this particular attribute and behavior that it has. And that's exactly why we're tokenizing hotel room bookings, basically making hotel room bookings buyable, sellable, resellable, and tradable on chain, right? And thereby you are able to now trade a hotel room booking, which has a real world value, just like you trade a collectible, digital collectible, or an NFT. Now, from a user journey perspective, cancellation is not just the only option. That's probably the last option. Now they can think of reselling as the first option, wherein they could actually make money out of reselling that booking or transferring that booking to a friend, which otherwise is not possible during in current standards. And why is it not possible is because the hotel ecosystem and the intermediaries typically have certain problems in terms of how that is operated, which we have tried to solve by incentivizing the hotel whose inventory is being traded as well, right? So just like today, a digital creator gets an incentive every time their art gets traded. In a similar fashion, we are able to pass a certain incentive back to the hotel whose inventory is actually being traded, thereby getting them on board onto our platform as well. Now, something as small as resellable, cancelable bookings seems like a very small user hack, right? But eventually it can explode into a really large opportunity, considering travel itself is a $1 trillion opportunity, out of which $450 billion, which is about 45%, is online bookings alone. Right now, we know that crypto users are speculative by nature. They love to make money. They love to flip things as and when there is a possibility to make any kind of profit. Right. So we're looking at that specific segment to start off our entire marketplace model, where they are able to buy certain hotel rooms for, say, sporting events or for consensus or for Tokyo or ETH10, where we know that these are high speculative events, right? And crypto travelers are the ones who actually travel this. That's how we expect that the both buy and sell side of the marketplace kicks off. And the real whales in this marketplace are actually travel agents who really know where is on season, where is off season, where is peak season, And they are able to jump into this and provide liquidity on both sides of this market by transacting inventory, which earlier they did not have access to, largely because today the distribution of how hotel industry works is a very geography centered, whereas we are trying to make it flat with a blockchain layer, right? So think of it, probably let me just, yeah. So think of it how Bitcoin protocol operates today, right? So you have Bitcoin protocol, you and I do not interact with the Bitcoin protocol. We interact via Trust Wallet or Coinbase Wallet, and the Trust Wallet is able to transfer his Bitcoins to a Coinbase Wallet user. It's the same way we are trying to build what the underlying inventory layer of hospitality industry is, and applications will get built on top of it. So one of the first and foremost application that needs to be built is a booking engine, right? Which is where a user can actually come and make a hotel room booking, which is something that we are building, and we've already built it. It is called Buktrips.com, BUKtrips.com, which we launched just 2 weeks back. Right, so users can actually make payment using cryptocurrencies, buy a hotel room booking, which get it tokenized. The tradability angle is something that we're building right now and will be coming over the next few months or so. In a similar fashion, we're expecting that this enables a whole Lego block of systems to act upon tokenized inventories, right? So we could look at travel agents who want to collateralize the hotel room bookings that they're sitting on. Today, they're sitting on, say, $10,000 worth of bookings that they've made for 6 months later. Tomorrow, when it is tokenized, they can actually take a DeFi loan against it. Or you can create Dutch auction, reverse auction, English auction, all the different variety of how today people interact with tokenized assets can be done with hotel room bookings as well, which actually creates much more fluid and liquid market. Now,
Earl, sorry to interrupt, just the last slides, please. We're a bit over time. Thank you.
Sure. So from a tech perspective, we don't expect the hotel to do anything. It just takes about 48 hours of integration, and they will be able to onboard their inventory immediately. From a revenue model perspective, there are 2 revenue streams. One is a booking fee, which is 5%, followed by trading fee every time a hotel room trades. We also charge a 3% commission on top of it. We've already partnered with Expedia and multiple properties globally, and we've already signed up. So today you have 700,000 to 1 million properties available on our website, which is being directly sourced from Expedia as such. And just now we've also signed up with Priceline to source more of their inventory. We've already raised $100,000 from Polygon Ventures earlier, and right now looking to raise 1.5 million from a pre-seed round post-launch of the Buktrips.com website that we've recently done. We have a long product development roadmap and journey spanning across B2B and B2C applications to cater to consumer side and the business side of applications. Happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you, Arul. Great presentation. Any questions?
Yeah, one question from myself. Can you expand on your go-to-market plans a little bit more? So kind of how do you plan to reach the target customers on both sides of the marketplace?
Yeah, so in terms of hotels, like I said, we've already partnered with Expedia, so that gives us a lot of inventory. In addition, we already have whatever logos that you see on these pages are signed LOIs and MOUs that we have with all of these properties and hotels, right? So we already signed up with about 50 plus properties. And now from a GTM perspective, we are considering it's a marketplace model. We're trying to do the atomic market kind of concept. We're going to a very dense market where there is enough supply and demand. And based on that, we've identified Dubai as the market where there are a lot of crypto travelers inbound and outbound who live in that particular city, right? So for that specific city, what we're trying to do is we're partnering with different NFT PFP communities. So these are communities which have a great community of 2,000, 3,000 in a minimum, but they don't have great utility. So we are able to provide that utility. We are able to identify that a wallet user who is connecting to our system is also holding an NFT of a partner project and able to identify and discount it, right? In that fashion, we've already onboarded 2 of which are blue chip projects on the Polygon ecosystem. Similarly, we're kind of expanding to their community as well. That's how we're spreading the word out. And in addition, we're also partnering with crypto events and conferences, trying to be as one of the preferred travel partner where people can actually make hotel room bookings. We're also doing a specific campaign around events where we're creating a social campaign for people traveling for a particular event. Today, we know that all of this happens on Telegram groups, right? So you have a separate group for each Tokyo, you have one for each Denver. We're trying to consolidate the entire community experience of traveling to a single crypto conference, merging travel onto that and creating a platform for that. That's how we're expecting the next wave of users to actually come in. Similarly, we're launching some marketing and referral campaigns as well, which kind of will obviously promote some of the users to be early adopters and recommend their friends as well. And one of the unique things, maybe it's a public forum, but anyway, so we're launching something called as a city NFT. What it means is the first 200 users who actually make a hotel room booking for, say, the city of Dubai, from the 201st booking, we automatically keep passing a certain percentage of the fee back to the user, right? So thereby, that kind of takes care of a customer acquisition cost, where the first 200 users are incentivized to use our platform for that particular city for making the booking. This itself, we are expecting, will create a lot of flywheel effect in this case. I hope that answers your question too.
Yeah, great. Thanks for that.
Great. Any other questions to Arul and Buk Technology?
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Arul. Actually, there is one question coming from
okay.
YouTube, if you don't mind.
Sure.
We're also monitoring our comments section. So a question coming from Tomer. So the hotels are agnostic to the NFTs. What I mean is that your platform makes the booking and creates the NFT on your own?
Yeah, so we create the NFTs. The only requirement is that we need to be directly sourcing these inventory from the hotels by integration onto their platforms through the ERP systems directly, right? Which we've done it in the past, so we really know how that needs to be done. In addition, trading of hotel rooms is not a unique concept. It already happens on WhatsApp and Telegram groups between travel agents and tour operators. The only thing is it is a complete dark market. We're trying to make it more transparent, trying to bring that particular ecosystem for hoteliers as well, so that they know they have full visibility in terms of distribution and pricing, and they're also able to control some of these prices of the inventory that they're selling. So hotels are already aware of how this works. We're just bringing it out in the open and trying to monetize it.
Okay, perfect. Arul, thanks a lot. Tomer, hope this answers your question. Thanks a lot. Arul, great presentation, great job overall. Thank you. Perfect, amazing. Moving on, wanted to pass the mic to Max Upiriaka, a founder of Intropia, for a pitch. So Max, feel free to share your screen.
Hey everyone, can you see my screen?
Yes, all amazing and good to go.
Awesome. So I'm Max, I'm the founder of Intropia. We're building Web3 talent marketplace. But before I start my pitch, I'd like you to answer two simple questions. First is, what's the most important component of any startup success? And second is how to find and acquire it. Data and my own experience show us that answer is to the first question is people or talent. And the best way to find them is through introductions. 84% of recruiters claim that referrals were their best hiring source in terms of cost, time, and profits for the company. And we're utilizing these insights to build the best Web3 talent marketplace. So I personally believe that talent is the most valuable asset of the future economy, and who owns the talent owns the future. But talent acquisition is still one of the biggest pain points for any startup founder, especially in Web3. Talent pool is very limited and scattered across closed communities, which makes sourcing and assessment really hard, time-consuming, and inefficient. I know this problem firsthand. I was the founder in Web3 for the last 6 years, and I've been working with hundreds of Web3 founders and operators. And I saw this huge opportunity and I couldn't resist to building it. So basically, we're creating a positive sum ecosystem that benefits professionals, companies, and everyone in between. So our solution is that simple yet very powerful. So instead of managing dozens of different channels, job boards, communities, agencies, internal employee referrals, you post a single job post on Intropia and enjoy a stream of high-vetted quality candidates from our own talent community, from our partners' communities, and hundreds of personal networks. So it's very simple. You post a job, we promote it across our partners, we pre-vet all the candidates, and when you make a hire, you pay a reward to the introducer, and we collect our platform fee. In the future, we will introduce subscription-based model to make our business model more predictable and scalable. So our product is live, fully functional. We have a Explorer for professionals where they can find all the jobs, bounties, grants, hackathons in Web3. We have introduced an earn model where anyone can share these jobs with their friends, followers, and compete for the pretty solid rewards. And we have dashboard for companies to manage all their opportunities and all the applications. We started our MVP about 4 or 5 months ago, and we launched our platform, fully functional platform, about 6 weeks ago. So far we onboarded more than 20 B2B clients, including Zerion, P2P.org, CoinSpade, Coinbase, Consensus, and few others. We're partnering up with one of the most trusted communities in the space, such as Lobster.DAO, Cointelegraph, Red Guild, and others. We generated more than 2,000 talent applications so far, more than 300 of which were done through our introduce and earn model. We generated more than 50 talent interviews and more than 4 job offers for the hardest roles like security auditors, lead engineers, CMOs, and so on. And so far, our clients are extremely happy with our product. And we generated first revenue, and we are ready to scale. Our GTM strategy for B2B companies is networking, outbound sales, partnerships with VCs, accelerators, service providers, and complementary products, and obviously community referrals. For B2C audience, we are partnering up. We have exclusive deal with Cointelegraph. We're partnering up with lots of different communities. We're using our introducers to bring us more talent to our platform. And we are witnessing pretty cool network effects when more clients bring more introducers, which bring more talent and which bring more clients. So we have this closed circle of the growth wheel that allows us to achieve these results with zero marketing spend. Our team is extremely talented and have years of experience in building and scaling Web3 products, recruitment products, and anything in between. We are a team of 6. You can see our 4 leaders, and we also have few people working on the content and recruitment. We had angel round last year. We got backed by Lido, Bitfury, Coin98, BadgerDAO, Zerion, CoinSpade founders, and for the current round, we're raising 1.5 million to build blockchain part of our product, introduce on-chain rewards and on-chain profiles, integrate with Lens Protocol, Gitcoin Passport, CyberConnect, and grow our talent community to 50 to 100,000 people, on board up to 100 B2B clients, and prove that our solution is industry best way to hire talent in Web3. So I'm happy to answer any questions you might have, and looking forward to chat.
Thank you so much, Max. Indeed, a great solution. And yeah, thank you for sharing it with us today. Any questions to Max and Intropia?
Just a clarification on like how you make money and what are your KPIs?
So currently we make money on a success-based model. We charge companies for successful hires, and we split these rewards between us as the platform and our introducers that generated candidate applications. In the future, we will introduce subscription-based model when we grow our talent community and we can provide more services to our clients. But if we speak about our long-term vision, our goal is to build the biggest talent community, and we can monetize it in many different ways, introducing freelance boards, payroll services, reputation-based Launchpad, and others.
Okay, but the current model, like, is you effective? Is it similar to the more traditional recruitment model where you take a percentage of salary as your commission, and then you split that with the people that got the jobs?
We split it with the people who introduced us.
Introduced. So I don't know, like it's between 15 and 25% or something like that of.
Yeah, the only difference that we don't charge a percentage of the salary. We fix the reward before the campaign starts. So currently our clients pay us between 7 and 15% of the annual salary, including our platform fee.
Okay. I'm just wondering how many successful jobs do you need to post in order to scale this and make money?
So to make $100,000 per month, we need to close about 20 jobs.
Okay, got it.
And then a couple of questions as well. So are you planning to work with existing Web3 recruiters, or does your solution more go straight to the companies hiring?
So currently we're working directly with companies that hire, and we would like to replace all the recruitment agencies that currently exist in the market. But we are pretty open to working with recruitment agencies. We spoke to one agency that works with specific roles like quants, and sometimes they just refuse clients, and we partner up to get clients that they're not able to serve. But yeah, our target audience is founders and HRDs and talent acquisition leads.
Yeah, I see. Thanks for clarifying. And have you got a view on what the TAM or the size of the market opportunity is here as well?
So currently, based on our calculations, there's about 50,000 jobs open each year, and it grows about 50% CAGR. And based on 50,000 jobs, if 20% of them closed with agencies, is about $100 to $200 million on revenue. And it's only recruitment, only Web3 this year. So if we grow beyond recruitment, if we grow beyond Web3, the market is growing respectively.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Just one more, Max. So who are your main competitors in this area right now? You're going to have a mix of different ones, right?
Right. So our closest competitors are Job Protocol and Paraform, which doing referral recruitment for Web3, but they are two-sided marketplaces. They just connect companies with recruiters, and we're building three-sided marketplace where we use introducers to grow our talent audience, and then we can monetize and serve this audience and build something like Web3 LinkedIn, so professional network where you can be talent today, introducer tomorrow, and employer in 1 week. And we also have lots of other competitors. I know all of them. I can speak about this for hours, but these two are the closest.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any other questions? All right, I believe not from Zoom, but Max, I have quite a few coming from YouTube. So if you don't mind, I'll ask. So
Sure.
Brad is asking, how do you handle the potential bottleneck of incentivizing the community to recommend people for applications, regardless of how qualified they are to the position? And then the continuation, what I mean is what's stopping people from recommending every job to everyone they know for a referral fee and delaying the hiring process?
So currently we're not witnessing any cheating or over introduction, and we're building the technology side to pre-screen the candidates and we're building the reputation system for introducers. So if you're recommending us bad candidates, irrelevant candidates, you're downgraded and your candidate's going to be reviewed in the last
Okay, perfect. So Brad, hope this answers your question. And then the other one coming from Tumor. So what is your advantage over the likes of LinkedIn? And then the other one, will talent be able to search for new positions anonymously?
So you can search for new positions anonymously right now. You can create anonymous profile. We're not, I mean, we're going to explore how we can use ZK badges to prove that you've been working in specific organization or you have specific skill sets, not revealing your identity. We don't have this yet. Could you remind the first part of the question?
The first one, yes. What is your advantage over the likes of LinkedIn? I believe maybe I can rephrase it from what I understood. What is your advantage maybe over the LinkedIn recruitment block of what they have?
Yeah, so there's lots of differences. First of all, we are Web3 focused on Web3 native. Second, from the client perspective, they don't need to reach out to hundreds of people, wait for their answers and so on. They post one job, spend 5 minutes on this, and then hundreds of other people go and share these jobs with their friends, followers, or even random people on LinkedIn if they see the perfect match. So it's just so much more time efficient, and we also pre-screen and pre-vet all the candidates. So you as the company, you spend 5 minutes on posting a job, and then you focus on best candidates, choosing, not chasing them. This is the main difference for clients. And for candidates, they can build their on-chain profile, they can have verified contribution history, they can apply in one click to different jobs, and they also can make money introducing their friends.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Max. So Tomer, hope this answers your question. Thank you so much. And yeah, appreciate the audience and social media also being super proactive. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. All right, perfect. So moving on, we have 3 amazing founders to go. So wanted to pass the mic to DatsProject, cybersecurity technology from Turkey. And I believe Kemal will be the one pitching today. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. Today, I'm going to talk about the DatsProject, the first decentralized computing power marketplace to generate low-cost CPU and to provide software as a service solutions to clients in Web3. We basically call it a new paradigm for the future and the security for Web3. When we look at the current security situation in Web3, obviously there a lot of FUD about, we hear from people or the news, the hacking attacks are increasing every day. And this unfortunately prevents the massive adoption of Web3 decentralized applications. Since the beginning of 2009, we have seen 461 cases of hacking attacks. Although the number of cases are not that high, the number of total loss is equal to $16.7 billion. Over the past 2 years, we have seen the most cases of these attacks happening in centralized exchanges, on blockchains, and on decentralized apps, and also the individuals through their private wallets. And this is creating an environment where more developers becoming hackers when they see the opportunity of earning money, making more money, and finding weaknesses and vulnerabilities. Also, there are fast-growing attacking groups, and as the technology grows, there are more organized and sophisticated attack types are developing. And the main reason that we currently see is that all the projects are mainly focusing on smart contract developments and audits, and they're either eliminating or not properly using the regular cybersecurity solutions when they're developing their projects to eliminate these kind of attacks. That's why we decided to put in our cybersecurity solution experience and build a decentralized computing power marketplace to generate low-cost CPU, and by using that CPU, developing the following products and services to eliminate these cybersecurity attacks happening in Web3. Based on our research and analysis, we are currently focusing on the most demanded services that we expect to increase in the upcoming days, months, and years. These are DDoS test services, Web3 and Web2 threat intelligence services, vulnerability search engine, web and server penetration tests. Obviously, we only have 5 minutes, so I won't be able to go through every single details on these products. But we have some great competitive advantage, like we will be able to provide results to our clients faster than any other companies out there. We will be able to run 100% realistic test results, and also we won't be requiring any whitelist requirements from our clients. But once again, if you guys are more interested, we can hop on another session where we can go through detailed explanation on each of these services. Don't get scared by this chart. Our business model is actually pretty simple. We will be bringing participants from all over the world, and they will be coming in and start dedicating their system resources like computing power or internet bandwidth that are already available at our homes. And everything will be added into an distributed computing power pool. Then when a client comes in and purchases one of our products or services, the revenue that is made, the 40% will be going to our company treasury. Then the 60% will be distributed back to our participants. Our target audience from a client perspective are centralized exchanges, decentralized exchanges, dApps, and basically anyone, any projects on internet. Once we run our test, after and detailed analyze, we provide them a detailed report. And if they're successful on passing our tests, we will be rewarding them with an NFT certification. In terms of competition, we are building the first decentralized computing power place within the cybersecurity area. So there's no direct competition, but I would love to go through some of the companies that we can basically reference from an indirect competition perspective. Shodan and Zumai are two very traditional cybersecurity, actually well-known cybersecurity firms. And they don't have anything to do with blockchain or Web3. They mostly focus on the vulnerability search engine service. Their products and services are quite expensive, and we know for a fact that they can only provide at an 80% of what we can basically provide with our marketplace. When we look at Golem and Render, these are two blockchain projects actually focusing on distributing graphic processing unit, mostly focused in architectural and film industries for rendering purposes. At one point, these projects' market cap have reached 150 million and 200 million respectively, which motivated us that seeing this kind of business model works in other industries. And it also provides us the opportunity to tap into different sectors in the future.
Kemal, just the last slides, please. We're a bit over time. Thank you.
Sounds good. Our team is highly experienced. Serkan, our CEO, is a very well-known person in the community. We already have an cybersecurity solutions firm. So we've been providing these kind of solutions to different clients in global. Since 2018, we generated around $2.5 million revenue. So we have tons of B2B sales, and we know how to put these cybersecurity solution products into businesses' hands. I'll skip this one. We can talk about token utility at the end. Decentralization basically enables us to build a marketplace where we can bring in thousands of participants from all over the world, and we will be able to generate CPU significantly lower than any other companies out in the market. Last slide, our MVP is ready. Today, actually, we're going live with our testnet, with our investor partner, Evox Capital. Our main ultimate goals are to reach to 100K core CPU and 100 gigabit internet bandwidth by growing our community and start selling our services to both Web2 and Web3 institutions. Along the way, we made some partnerships. Some of these are our distributing partners, and some of them are that we have great relationships, like big names, Turkish Airlines, IBM, FIBA Bank, and MasterCard. They basically provide feedback to us on while we're developing our products and services. Turkish Airlines actually agreed on participating in our testnet next month on the DDoS test. So if everything checks out, we see a huge opportunity for them to be coming on board as one of our clients. Today, we are currently doing our pre-seed round and equity round together. We have raised so far 250K from our token sales. There's still a 250K to raise from there, and then 1 million to raise from an equity round at a $10 million valuation. More detailed token allocation can be found here as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kemal. Okay, perfect. Any questions?
Yeah, maybe first one. Firstly, congratulations on going live today, and I hope it all goes well. So I suppose in the security and threat detection space, it's constantly moving and needing to keep up. What would you say is your edge that will allow you to stay one step ahead of cyber criminals and also other service providers in the market?
Yes, of course. I usually try to highlight this during the presentations, but computing power unit is basically a fuel to run the operations and cybersecurity solutions. And usually to generate CPU is then very highly costed and highly investment cost, where you need to adapt supercomputers, and it will have very high maintenance costs. With the marketplace that we're currently building, we basically just use our participants system resources, like either CPU or internet bandwidth, where they can basically dedicate it, and our businesses will pay a lot less than the regular rates and prices within the market with an pay-as-you-go model. That's being one. And the second one is transparency. All the transactions will be reflected on blockchain, so our clients will be able to track what the usage are when they use one of our services. So it will prevent the abusive usage in the backend, and it will create a trusted environment and with all the parties that we are basically working with.
I see. Okay. And second question. So I may have missed it on your team slide, but what's your role? Are you one of the founders as well?
Yeah, I'm actually a board member today, representing the company.
Okay, great. Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Kemal, for answering. Any other questions? Okay. Lloyd, Oliver, nothing from your side? Good for now?
Good for now, thanks.
Okay, perfect. All right, Kemal, then I guess that's it for now. I'm sure the rest will come in private, considering the complexity of the solution. So yeah, thank you so much for the pitch today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, amazing. Moving forward, wanted to pass the mic to Nishant Bhaskar, representing Lomads, a startup from France.
Hi, thanks, and hi, Ruth. As part of Outliers, just to let others know, and hi, Lloyd, as well. I ran into you in Token 2049.
I remember. Hi,
and
Nisha.
yeah, today I'm calling from Amsterdam. I'm based in Paris, but I was here for our investor meeting. So yeah, so I'll jump into this. Very excited to be presenting with you guys, and since I'm towards the end, I'll try to keep it lighter. Okay. You see my full screen, right?
Yes, all good.
Fantastic. So what we are building is SaaS and focused on operations. It's powered by Soulbound token, workflow automations, and AI assistant. So let's see why we need something like this. The world has really changed. There's so much freelancing now, which gives organizations option to have simpler work engagements. There's flexible work, and most importantly, there is ease of pooling and deploying capital. So if you could open a bank account in 1 or 2 days, you can set up a multi-sig treasury in less than 15 seconds. So definitely, things have changed a lot, and they really, ask for a relook at the way things were being run. So traditionally, all of us, if we have worked in a big organization, we have finance, looking at compensation, middle management, looking at project management, HR, performance management. And this is just riddled with operational bottlenecks, and you have people doing repetitive work, like entering expense data, performance reviews, so on and so forth. I think in light of the major shifts which have happened, it's time to really question it, and drastically change this. And that's what we set out to do. It's a very, very simple idea, or not actually, it's implemented, a lot of it, is that the Soulbound token actually becomes your personal dossier, and it interacts with different workflow automations to give you compensation, to give you access and share a voice. That's all. That's all your HR and your compensate, like your finance and your middle management is doing. I mean, the Soulbound token starts to really record what work you have been doing and what's the value of that work, and it goes there. And the thing is, if one platform is able to generate all this information, all you need is an AI sitting there recording that data on which you can queries about, how things have evolved. So it's more like a background thing. It's not something you have to do additionally. And that's why we call it, a system for radical efficiency, and adaptability. Now, the thing is, I'm not advocating that the whole organization has to evolve. It's like an assembly line. So you can have manual posts, and you can have, motorized or posts, So parts of the organization which you believe can be automated, you automate it, a function or a set of functions, and you can keep it manual. So basically, it can serve the whole spectrum from managed to permissionless. And the thing is, we are today starting with Web3 companies, because there's a higher acceptance for, these kind of solutions. But the obvious question is, wouldn't every organization eventually want to be doing something like this, whether you are centralized, decentralized, and everything in between? We are currently live on Polygon, and from tomorrow also on Ethereum. I can, towards the end, give you a little walkthrough of what's live. Well, let's proceed for now. The traction is, we went live in November. Since then, 16 organizations signed up for early access. We have onboarded them. There's a 35% month-on-month growth. We have some amazing partners as well. I put the partnership announcements. This is a big NFT project with 6,000 NFTs ready, to be sold. We have Reputable Health, which is onboarding 10,000 health enthusiasts for their quantified health collective. So that's Reputable Health, Better Health Together. They are using our SBTs, to record. We'll use it to record sleep data and other kinds of data, and then use it for access and other kinds of share of voice and stuff. And of course, you have Bio.xyz, which is a decentralized accelerator, decentralized science accelerator. So they are also going to use our platform. So yeah, these are some of the data. And over the last few months, we have been also speaking at different conferences without paying $1. So a lot of earned media for us, listed on major tool directories. The question is, this is big, the market can go up and down, but the fact is the innovations will not be uninvented. The number of projects is increasing, and irrespective of what you do, you need to compensate people, all kinds of people, okay? And once they are there, you need to manage access across different platforms, which will almost happen magically here, as you will see. And like a small percentage, we have just seen like, okay, what volume is going through it. So 3 guys which are dealing with either expense or compensation or payroll, 460 million to Request Finance, Parcel, and Intropia Lab. I mean, they represent a smaller percent of the market, but well, it's something tangible for you to know about this. Now, the thing is about the competitors, okay? And it's really pity to see that they still think in the old boxes, like payroll and expense management and project and task management, reputation and badges. I mean, like, we don't want to copy paste script over what was already there to, in Web 2. I mean, it's really about merging and fusing and breaking the previous paradigms, And when you start filling the gaps, new kind of opportunities emerge, such as, auto-labeling of work-related payments and record keeping of validated contributions on your SPT and, training of AI assistant. So it's just a simple thing, switching of functions, thinking a little bit differently, and new, values just emerge. But that's not
sorry
all.
to interrupt.
Yeah.
Just the last slides, please. We're a bit over time. Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. So there are other differences as well. Business model, of course, you want to know. So it's 2 things, as I was telling you, compensation and permission. So for compensation, there's a free slab, and over and above, there's a transaction fee. Let's say you pay 20,000, up to 20,000 of transaction payouts are free. Over and above, there's a 0.3%, transaction fees. Permissions, for example, for a certain tier, 5,000 token gated instances are free. Over and above, you can buy slabs of permission for $25, something like that. There is token as well. And you can buy and stake Lomads token to get discount on these prices. The tokens can be used for governance of the platform and other things. You can read more here. Go to market, okay, it's network effect. We need to amplify the network effect. 2 of us, okay. Why this AI came? Because I'm from innovation strategy. My job is to challenge the paradigms. This is what I've been doing, where to play and how to win. And my business partner is actually from machine learning background, has worked in domains such as autonomous vehicles and health and material science. And now we are, why should Web3 be all about, just I traded and I did some DeFi and now I'm building in Web3. When you bring these new insights into Web3, you really start to, build something which is different. And that's what we are doing here. We are raising 1.6 million. And already, I think we have commitments around 600K here, and we will be using the funds to for product development and increasing visibility, and set up the legal structure for token launch. Right now, we are a French entity, but we are gonna work on that. So yeah, so that was what we generally do from top to bottom. Let's quickly see the platform. Yeah, there you go. So, you can be part of multiple organizations. It's flexible work. So, and all you have to do is just scroll through it. And in 7 seconds, sort of, you understand what needs to be done. If something needs your attention, let's say in terms of treasury or in terms of work and stuff. So in this dashboard, what's happening is, let's say there is a workspace, where you can have milestones and stuff. And in one click, you can pay for the milestone, right? So who gets what percentage? You just complete a transaction, is done. You can have tasks and bounties. If there are submissions, you can just go here. You can check, okay, there's one submission. The compensation is 40 LMD. I approve it. It becomes a transaction, okay? Then you have your treasury, and in the treasury, you can have other payments if there are regular people, you can pay in recurring payments, you can create new recurring payments and everything. Okay, so this was like your project management meets your compensation. So you have different things coming together. Your treasury is a Gnosis safe multi-sig treasury, which directly imports data. It is auto labeled. Now the second part is the soulbound tokens. So every organization will have their own soulbound tokens, and the data is on the blocks. And sort of the utility is your email, Discord, and Telegram. Everything is here. So let's say, typically, I'll just show you one example, and then we are done. So just from a permissions perspective, you have a workspace here, and ideally, if there are, let's say 30, 40 people, you have to add everybody to a Notion or a Google Drive. Or what you can do is you just go here and you just say, say RG or something, you do this, you do this, do this, save. So there is a Notion which is token gated here. Just in a few seconds, all these people and this page, this is the page, and we need to add all the emails. So my soulbound token knows that I am part of Lomads tech. So I click on this.
Nishan, I'm really sorry, but I have to make a hard stop here, just to be fair to everyone. Yeah.
That's done. So all right, so that is done. So see, this is the thing, and my email is added here, last one, and it was encrypted. So just because we are doing soulbound does not mean every data has to be decrypted. So that's another tech piece that we have cracked, which is encrypting data on soulbound token. That's about it. The platform is live, and we are onboarding more and more customers. So I'll now ready to take your questions.
Thank you, Nishant. That was a great overview. Any questions, please? All right. Catherine J, nothing from your side?
No, nothing for me. I think the pitch covered it all quite well, thanks.
Thank you. All right. I think that was pretty complex what you explained, so I'm sure that the rest may come in private, I'm sure. So yeah, Nishan, thank you so much for presenting today. That was a great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
All right, moving on then, the last but not least, I wanted to pass the mic to an amazing startup, Binaryx, and its founder, Oleg Kurchenko, a startup from US.
Hello, everyone. How do you hear me?
All amazing.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Kate, for invitation, and thank you so much for getting me possibility to participate here. Hi, everyone. My name is Oleg Kurchenko. I'm co-founder and CEO of Binaryx. We bring in the real estate, real-world assets into the crypto industry and building the platform that allow to invest and manage digitalized real estate globally. We are focusing on the residential properties because see how it's growing, and the few factors of it is because people are traveling more. There is more digital nomads who are working remotely. Pandemic also drive the demand on the remote works, and people start renting better homes for themselves because spending there more time, and because of course is cost of buying. That's also drive to people to spend more time, more money on the renting properties. And we understand that right now the real estate market is, real estate investment market is collapsing because people are struggling from recession and inflation, and they cannot invest into the real estate effectively with the small amount of monies. And we building for them that bridge that allowing to them do this with Binaryx platform. We allow to invest small pieces of money into the properties, receive the passive income from it, and we're building the platform that connects investors with the rest of real estate players. And our main invention that allowed to us to build a platform that can work globally and almost in any part of the world, allowed to us to tokenize the property is our main discovery. It's Wyoming DAO LLC is the new type of entity what was invented in the Wyoming 1 year ago. And that type of entity allowing to company own any physical asset, but that company will be operated with the smart contract. And the assets can be located in a different part of the world, and investors also can invest it from any part of the world. That helped to us. The blockchain technology also helped to us to build the really transparent process that is simple on each stage, and we allow to the property owners transfer their tokens between each others without intermediaries anymore. So that creating the possibility to lower the taxes, to decrease the spends for some transactional fees, and etc. And on each stage, we're working with real estate companies who are professionals in their industries. This is a legacy companies who know what to do, and they helping to us scale our business because it's interesting for them from the side where they can get the additional deal flow from our platform. And our business model is really simple. We have three main types of revenue. The first one from initial tokenization, the second one from the secondary market when people transferring tokens or selling them to each other. And the last one is the commission from the rental payments. That means we have the recurring stream of the revenue, what we're generating from the properties, what will be managed by the companies with whom we're working. There is a few words about who is in the team. We have a big experience in the crypto industry and great experience in software development. I would like to stop on Andrew and Levi. This is our CMO and CPO. They combine in the possibilities for marketing and product and building the best user flows that allow to us spend less funds on the marketing and attract more users. For example, CTO and Chief Analytic Officer in our team are always researching for the better solutions, and right now they are preparing amazing stuff related to the automatical market making for the real estate. And of course, we have a really great experienced guy. Our CBDO, Alex, he has his own company, real estate agency that for the last year make more than 100 million sales into the real estate. And that team bring us to our first successful case. So we tokenize first property and sell it in 14 hours to our community. That took for us not much, that 3 weeks, and we get a really great results through our first case of tokenization. And we just right now we're just in the beginning, and now we attracting more customers, and until end of the year we plan to reach the goal in 10,000 real estate investors and real estate token holders, and tokenize 28 properties. Currently, we already closed our pre-seed round that allowed to us build the product and make the all legal work. And right now we are attracting money on the seed round. We are requiring 1.5 million with valuation in 70 million. And we are looking for the smart money for the VCs or partners who will help who has experience in fintech, Web3 or property, to help us scale our business and go with us through our go-to-market strategy. And we plan to make more collaborations with wallets, neobanks, investing platforms, and etc. to bring them the possibility to bring the possibility for their audience to invest into the real estate. Also, we launched the referral program and community programs. It's already launched for influencers and bloggers, and attracting more real estate agencies to incentivize them invest into the real estate, tokenize their real estate, what they're selling with Binaryx. And of course, creating the Binaryx Academy that helped to us nurture the landlords and explain to investors how to make more profits from investing into the real estate. And through our strategy, we plan for the first year attract about 450K leads. And this is one of the main requirements for us. We know our competitors and we—
Sorry to interrupt, just the last one, please. We're a bit over
Of course.
time. Thank you.
Yeah, we know our competitors and we see how they're operating. And we know that almost all of them tokenizing their own property, but they don't solving the problems what we have in crypto industry and with real estate. In Binaryx, in our case, we are building the bridge, as I already mentioned, and in Binaryx, we unlock the possibilities of tokenizing, investing, and managing the property with the blockchain technology globally for everyone and easily transfer ownership between people without intermediaries by providing infrastructure and solutions for real estate players. That's all from my side, and thank you so much for the attention.
Thank you so much, Oleg. Great presentation. Any questions to Oleg and Binaryx team?
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. So just on the token, is your token currently being categorized as a security, or how are you managing this from a legal and reg perspective?
We're talking right now about real estate tokens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, our real estate tokens is utility tokens because of that type of entity what we are using right now, and we have legal opinion from the lawyers. But right now it takes a lot of time to explain all systems. So it will be good if we can jump on the call and I can explain it. But we utility token. Our property tokens is utility tokens.
Okay, thank you. And are there any particular jurisdictions that you're targeting or restricting from people becoming token holders?
Yeah, we have restrictions from the countries what is under sanctions.
Okay, and then in terms of the jurisdictions that you're targeting when you first go to market.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The first jurisdictions what we are targeting right now is the Bali, and we finishing our legal work in Dubai right now. So we plan to give the possibility for our investors make the diversified investments, because for now, for example, if you have $10,000 and you would like to invest in the real estate, you cannot do this. But if you will do this with some products that not give to you the possibility to be sure that nothing happened with your investments, and we bring in our main goal, bring the possibility when you can invest in the different locations and different properties, 1K each, for example, and by this diversify your investment. So yeah, we're planning to go in other locations, and we start from Indonesia and go into Dubai right now, and then probably Saudi and the European Union.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Welcome.
Thank you, Ruth. Lloyd, I think you're muted. Maybe you had anything. Okay.
Sorry, I'd unmuted just because I was also just thinking about regulations around this.
Mm-hmm. What exactly question?
Well, are there any in the markets you're going for? I mean, real estate investments are.
Mm-hmm.
So we've looked at some other real estate investment on Web3 before, but The reasons why we've never done it is because it was focusing on the US market, but the reason why we've never done it is because of the regulatory sort of landscape for us looked too challenging. I'm just wondering if that's the same case for you in the markets you're looking at.
Actually, we know the successful cases in the United States market. There is a few competitors who are doing that, who already doing that, and they using the different one competitor using almost the same legal framework what we are using right now to make it globally, and the second one is using another legal framework, but it's possible to make the tokenization in United States. We plan to go to United States, but right now we don't have really great partnerships and partners who can help to us to do that. And but in the future we plan to do it too.
Okay. And then the other thing, I'm just racking my brains going back to when we did quite a lot of DD on the previous one, but was just the scale and the amount of inventory that would be required seem quite significant. I don't know if that's the same with you guys.
I think I don't understand the question.
So how many, like, in terms of the real estate, like how much do you need to capture in terms of people buying real estate? How many, how much do you need to capture for this to make money or to be profitable?
You mean to go to the break even?
Yes.
Yeah. From our business model, we need about 100K investors.
Okay.
Yeah, but we will have the break even if we will stop spending on the marketing at 50K investors.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Thank you. Great questions.
Thank you, Lloyd. Thank you, Oleg. Any others from the Zoom? I guess not for now, but Oleg, if you don't mind, just a couple from YouTube that I see.
Of course.
In case of lawsuit against the real estate company, will the token holders also be liable, since token holders may hold some of the responsibility?
In case of what?
In case of a lawsuit against the real estate company.
Okay. No, actually no, because this is the limited liability company, and token holders will be not responsible for it. But we are operating in the framework of current legal. So for the company, it will be it will be the case when the company have their own responsibility.
Okay, thank you, Oleg. So Tomer, hope this answers your question. And also the last one coming from Iskren, how is it valued at 17 million in seed stage? So maybe he's interested for you to elaborate a bit more on the valuation side.
Yeah, let's discuss it. But this is our valuation, what we have expectations and right now commitments for it. So there's a reason. We start from lesser, but we go to this one right now because already have a good traction and response from the market.
Okay, makes sense. So Iskren, you see all the socials of Binaryx. So if you're willing to connect and discuss this in private, then you're feel free to get connected.
Yeah, of course. You can without problem reach me out through email or book a call with my Calendly. I think Kate can share the presentation a little bit later in the chat, or you can go and see it in InnMind. So wait for your email. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kate.
Thank you. Perfect. So I think that we are done for today. So I really, really appreciate all the founders with their great pitches for today, and also all the VCs and investors that provided their comments and questions and demonstrated interest. So thank you so much for being with us today. And also, of course, everyone who was super proactive today in our social media. Thank you. Let's keep in touch. And until the next time, the next pitching session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kate.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Cheers, thank you. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye-bye.